As we know, every rule has an exception. And when we get to the mitzvah of Yovel, the Jubilee in our Parsha, so basically means that once in 50 years, everything goes back to square one. Every piece of plot of land goes back to its original owner. Every apartment or house gets returned to the seller. And that way, things just reset themselves once every 50 years. But there is an exception to this rule, and that is Batei Arei Choma, homes that are in cities or settlements that are adjacent to the border, that are actually critical for defending the country. In those places, if you sell your house, you can redeem it within a year, but if you didn't do that within 1 year, it's sold for good. Lo yetze bayovel. It does not get returned to the original owner in the Jubilee, in the Shnat Yovel, after 50 years. Why is that? Explains the Meshech Chochmah, or Meir Simcha of Dvinsk, explains that the reason is that these cities or these settlements that are actually critical to protect for the security of the country cannot have new residents, cannot have an exchange of residents all the time. You cannot have new people there all the time, because you need people who are connected to the place, who have the inner strength, who will not run away when the first shot is heard. You need them to be people who are really deeply rooted there. And that's why those houses don't change hands every few years or even every 50 years. It's people who are connected to the place from generations and generations. And I think the lesson that we learn from this is very, very important from then to nowadays too, is that our ability to defend ourselves as a nation is not dependent only on technical things, like a wall or like any other technical element you can think of, or cameras or other things. At the end of the day, it boils down to the people. And the people and their inner strength and their endurance, that is what really protects us. And just like in those settlements or those cities back then, also nowadays, it's the strength of the people that protects us. Those who live in the settlements or in the places which are, we would say, protect all that are behind them, and also our inner strength as a nation. Not only building all our technical abilities to protect ourselves, but also our inner strength, our unity, and our belief in the justice of the way the way we go in, and our right to be living here in Eretz Yisrael and the state of Israel. Shabbat Shalom.